This is Canada, the country of dreams where everyone I have come across wants to move. I moved here in August 2022, and I found asking myself that if I get to go back 10 years, would I still be living in this country? Would I still choose to be here? Is this the life I imagine myself living? I have not been honest with you all. I was rethinking my decision to move here. Nothing was right. I've taken some major decisions in the last few months. You've always seen me be happy-go-lucky, always start a video with a smile. And I claim that this channel is all about honesty. But I have a confession to make. I have not been honest with you all. I have not even been honest to myself. Today I'm going to share that part of my life which I have always kept hidden. These are the things that I never felt brave enough to share anywhere with anyone. If you're seeing me for the first time, that I'm Akanksha and I post weekly videos about traveling, moving and living abroad with real AF opinions and honest experiences. So follow along if you want to know my journey, and a sub to the channel would be amazing. When I was moving to Canada initially, I thought this is exactly what I wanted. I happily said goodbye to my life in Sydney and welcomed this new life, new city, new country with open arms. I was excited. There were obviously ups and downs in this journey, but I knew this was the right thing. I was fortunate enough to get a good apartment with an amazing view within the first few weeks of looking. I landed a great job in an amazing company with the best team without needing to downgrade my position or even compromising my salary expectations. And I always had the support of my too good to be true boyfriend. I mean, everything seemed perfect. You know, the perfect life that you imagine yourself living when you move to a different country. But the truth is far from that. I found myself pushing through to meet everyone's expectations, work, family, partner, my audience, everyone. My days were a blur of work, chores, social obligation and content creation. And I did not even allow myself to feel tired. I was procrastinating making YouTube videos. I was not happy with what I was making. And I could also see that the quality of work was deteriorating. I was not able to grow on Instagram, and that really did take a toll on me because I was putting so much effort into it. And it was just making me question myself. And in that phase of self-doubt, I was constantly pushing out video after video just for the sake of being there and being consistent. I was realizing that I am losing creativity, and seeing other creators who had started after me go past me was actually making me envious. It is really hard to accept, but I was very jealous of the people who had achieved something while I was standing at the same place, doing the same thing and not being able to grow. I was in a phase that I was doubting myself so much that I started questioning the life I was living. I was constantly thinking that, is this what I want? I was rethinking my decision to move here because this life really felt suffocating. It brought me a lot of self-doubt. And I have some pigeons here who are my new audience who also want to hear me ramble about what I was feeling and I was going through for the last few years. And then something really bad happened. Among all of that emotions and phases, my father got sick. He got diagnosed with MND, which is motor neuron disease, and he got hospitalized soon after he was diagnosed. There's no cure for this disease, so all the doctors said that we just need to wait and give him a comfortable life. And soon enough, he deteriorated further and went on ventilator. I wanted to go see him, but I did not feel that my job was secure enough. I felt that I will get laid off if I go and spend an extended time back in India with my family. And then I also needed the money, so I could not take unpaid holidays. I was supporting them financially with the medical bills and everything. And then in January, when I decided that I will go, I booked my tickets. But I think 10 days before my flight, he passed. Today I was at my friend's house when I got the news, and obviously I broke down. But that was the only time when I broke down and I allowed myself to grieve, because after that I just put on a brave face and acted like nothing happened. And then I felt super guilty for doing that, because I thought that even though I did not have a great relationship with my father, I should at least be able to mourn him. I should be sad about the fact that he is no more. My parents separated when I was 11, so I've never lived with my father. My mom brought me up, and although I do not have that perfect father-daughter relationship, I was seriously thankful and grateful for all the sacrifices he made for me and how he supported me for whatever I wanted to do. But I also was feeling that I did not have enough emotions left in me to do that. I still cannot process those feelings. I could not cry. I did not have those emotions left in me. Even thinking about it, talking about it, I feel like I am such a bad daughter, or I have so many regrets that I could not really tell him how I felt about him. I could not thank him. I just felt like I am selfish. It is a really hard situation to be in, but I also don't know what to do. There were so many different emotions I had in myself, and I had bottled them up inside me, that I felt that the best I could do to myself is just forget them, and that's what I did. When I went to India, I thought that maybe I would feel better. I would feel like, okay, this is the place. I needed a change of scenery, a change of environment. But when I went to India, I felt a lot more displaced than I did here in Canada. I could not shake off that feeling of displacement. I knew that I'm not in the right place and I'm not doing right by myself. It's moments like these when you question everything. I was thinking whether moving to Canada was the right choice. I also thought, was I living the life that I thought was just the perfect thing for me? But at that time, something really good happened, that I was able to give myself a break from social media, from work, from everything else that was going on in my life. And when I took that step back, I realized that it's not the place that is the issue, it's me. I was literally burnt out to the brink. All these responsibilities and my struggle to juggle work and my content creation had taken a toll on me, and it was not new. I have been doing this to myself for the past few years from Australia itself, and I never gave myself the chance to stop and pause and take a break. And the worst part of it is I refused to accept it. I always thought that if I stop, I would lose the traction that I'm getting. I would let down my audience. I have to be consistent. So I never allowed myself to stop. I used to believe that changing my surroundings would change me. Moving to a new country just felt like the perfect solution. But the truth is far more complex. No matter where you go, you cannot run away from yourself. So to answer the question at the beginning of the video, if I go back a decade, would I still see myself here? Honestly, I'm not sure. But what I do know is I'm super grateful for this journey, for that really roller coaster of a ride that brought me here and led me to where I'm standing today. It's important to give ourselves permission to pause, to breathe, to reflect. And that's precisely what I've been doing lately, taking a step back to reassess, to realign with my passions and priorities. I've come to realize that burnout isn't a sign of weakness. It's a signal that something needs to change in the pattern. And you know what? It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to stumble, to question, to doubt, because it's through those struggles that we grow, that we evolve into stronger, more resilient versions of ourselves. One thing I know for sure, that I'm not defined by my circumstances, rather how I choose to navigate them. I've taken some major decisions in my life which I will share in my upcoming videos, so hang in there, give me a sub so you don't really miss out on anything. And if you found this video useful, insightful, give me a like. And if you're also hanging in the same boat, hang in there. Everything will fall into place eventually, and make changes.